On today's show, we are talking about how you can set yourself up for consistency.
Probably one of the most important things in business and in life is to grow consistently and gradually along the way. We've got a lot of tips and tricks to help you out, including some hidden apps, checklists, and some other ideas to keep you accountable. You're going to check that out right now.
Hey guys, today we are talking about how to set yourself up for consistency in business. Consistency is the key term. I'd like to bold it, underline it. We're going to say it a whole bunch of times during the show. And here's why. Okay, I don't know how to make good things happen right away, right? Immediately, like immediately build a big business, immediately, grow your bank account huge, immediately get in really good shape. I don't know how to do any of that overnight, because it's not the way it works. I know that it happens here and there, and sometimes people will IPO or sell their company or whatever, and they go from like a regular guy to like 100 millionaire. I don't know how to engineer that.
Yeah, it's never been for us, and most people we know it hasn't happened overnight. But let's be honest. Tomorrow comes very, very quickly, and a year from now comes very, very quickly, and 10 years from now comes very, very quickly. So you are consistent, you stay gradual, you work your way up, block and tackle, do this, and this, and you look back. I mean, think about where you were 10 years ago. Think about where you were 1 year ago. You're hopefully significantly further along than you were in the past.
I mean, but maybe not. I mean, like, as you settle into your mundane kind of routine as an adult,
fair enough.
Oftentimes years do pass by and you're in the exact same spot.
Okay, fair enough.
I said that before about when I'll stop by the company, the office where I used to work before we started HMB 10 years ago. Still friends with some people there. Occasionally I'll drop in, and it's like going back in time. Like nothing has changed.
Okay.
Right? And that's what we want to avoid.
Fair enough. So again, slow and steady wins the race. I'm not saying, just to recap, I'm not saying that you can't all of a sudden have a huge hit overnight and may make a ton of money, be in perfect shape, whatever your goals, your success goals are. But the good news is you take baby steps along the way and you do it consistently. You turn a lot of things you're doing into a habit, and on a regular basis you will grow, you'll consistently grow. And if you use the term snowball like we've used in the past, it'll be unstoppable and you're going to be exactly where you want to be.
For sure. And I think an important part about it when you're going to set yourself up with a productive routine, whatever the productive actions are, and we're going to get to those in a minute. But I think a very, very important part of it is that it needs to be manageable. Even, I wouldn't use the word easy, but something that is relatively comfortable for you. Now, talking about comfort and comfort zone, it's always been a buzzword. And anytime you're doing something new will be a little uncomfortable, but I don't think the workload should be uncomfortable, right?
No.
Like, I don't think you need to set yourself up with, here's a 14-hour day and I have to grind all day long with all these productive things, because frankly, it just won't happen.
It won't get done. Exactly.
It won't happen for 99% of people. So don't set yourself up for failure. Let's set ourselves up for consistency.
Yeah, exactly. And it won't happen. So I would say kind of the first rule of thumb is, and this is going back to a lot of different shows that we've done, quite frankly, with very similar topics, and we have a different spin on it today, and hopefully, you grasps. But think about your transactional work, think about your business, your growth building work inside your company, and make a habit of those high-level tasks of setting up new marketing strategies, or figuring out new financial reporting that you want to look at, or hiring and training staff to be better. Things like that. Spending more quality time with clients. Whatever the type of business you're in, the higher growth types of stuff, start adding one more of those things on your to-do list every day, or two more of those things on your to-do list every week, and just keep growing that way, and try to get your busy day-to-day activities, try to get those smaller and smaller and smaller, and try to get your bigger, more productive growth things, activities, get those growing. And to be quite honest with you, after you start doing these things on a regular basis, consistency is easy, because that's just a habit. It's what you do every day.
Habit, and it does get easy.
I mean, it was, when I go back and try to back up to the things that are more transactional work, I mean, they're kind of a pain in the neck to me. They used to be second nature, used to be something I thought I had to do, but like they're kind of a pain in the neck. I enjoy, and I think we enjoy brainstorming higher level activities. We enjoy setting up marketing campaigns. Sure. And it's not, and it's the fun stuff. And it's not stressful because we're prepared for it, we're used to it, it's a habit. I mean, I could have a bad habit of spending all my time on going to look at 100 different properties, doing this, doing that, but that's not really making the money. The money's made on the higher level stuff. So you can overlap that word consistency into habit if you want, if that makes it a little bit easy for you. But the important part is just kind of, going back to block and tackle, doing it slowly but steady, and then increasing the flow of it.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of people, it's going to be going from 0 important actions a day to 1. And I think that's a fine place to be. Like, because, a day can get filled up with, I was doing all these transactional activities, and I had to go over here, and I had to pick somebody up, and I had to go to CVS, and then it's nighttime. And then the day's gone, and it's a 0. I mean, let's be honest, it's a 0 for many people, many days. And here's the thing. The difference between 0 and 1 daily is huge, because that's 5 important things in a week, right? 250 in a year, as opposed to 0. Yeah. 250 to 0 in a year. Imagine what that adds up to. And that's why the consistency leads to big things. It doesn't have to be, I'm going to completely change everything I do and tomorrow I'm going to wake up and be Gary Vee. Doesn't work that way, okay? And that's all right. That's all right. I think going from 0 to 1 is a great place for many people to be.
If you're a little confused related to what is important tasks, check back. What we'll do is under this video, we'll put some links to some previous videos that we talk about. We talk about day winner. We talk about high-level tasks that you check off every day of importance, the difference between business tasks or business activities versus transactional. Mm-hmm. So if you're confused on that, don't worry, it'll be crystal clear for you, because there's a huge difference between that. And a lot of people feel like they're productive and they're busy, and they're really not. They're stuck in a to-do list of transactional work.
Yeah. And here's what most people say that you'll want to avoid, is saying this in essence to yourself. I don't have time to do the more important things because I'm too busy with the less important things.
Yeah. I mean,
you can honestly...
and think about what you just said. I can't do important stuff because I'm too busy with not important stuff.
Exactly.
Doesn't make sense.
That's 100% what we hear from people, what we've seen over and over in business since we started, and what we've tried to avoid. In essence, it's that trap right there, because it'll start today, and then it's 1 month, and then it's 10 years.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about some tools to help make this happen consistently, and ways to maybe hold ourselves accountable and things like that. If you ever heard of Speak, we're very active with using different types of checklists, if it's offline checklists, if it's an Evernote checklist, whatever the case is. But checklists, let's be honest, you follow a checklist, it doesn't matter if you are doing a real estate transaction or if you're performing brain surgery, you can't really go wrong if you're following a checklist, because these are the 10 things or 8 things that have to be accomplished. It's the most 101 things, a checklist. It's giving your kids chores. You give them a checklist of, okay, go clean your room, go take out the trash, go wash the dishes. It's a checklist, right? And you can do that at the highest level. So don't be too good for checklists. They're so popular, they're so important. And we use checklists for everything. And some of these, some of these higher level projects that we try to put ourselves involved in, it's simple as just putting on a checklist on a regular basis. And I can't leave the office, or I can't finish up my day until these items are done.
Yeah, I love that idea for somebody who's trying to go from 0 to 1 and recognizes that to be the case. Just get a checklist of the things you want to get done in a week, and then actually have it on paper and like tangible. You can move it around, you can have it in your pocket, have it in the car, and print out 10 of them. Yeah. Like, I want to do these 5 things every week. Print out 10 of them. And then every week you pick one up, and then you're checking it off during the week. Yeah. You can tear it up on Friday, and then pick another one up on Monday.
So basic.
I love that idea.
When I was helping out Terry over the last week in the office related to picking up some of the stuff that, when she was on vacation, I know this stuff, right? I've been doing it for 10 or 11 years, but I printed out a checklist for every one of our loan files, and I put it on top because it kept myself organized and it kept me, doing it. So it's super simple. The other thing is, accountability. You may or may not have a business partner in your office, or and if you do, great. Hold each other accountable, tell each other your goals. Maybe you have the good part about entrepreneurs and small business owners is there's we all want everyone to succeed, and we're all very active together. We are involved in groups, and we're in masterminds. It doesn't matter if we're in the same business or another business. Find somebody at one of those groups and say, hey, let's set up this together. Let's do these things together. One thing that Chris and I talked about related to accountability for staff, colleagues, partners, things like that, is print out that to-do list for that week, a checklist, and put it on your door. Right, put it on your door of your office, so every single person in that office, if you have a office with people in it, they go around and they see what you accomplished and what you didn't accomplish, and you check it off.
Yeah,
right.
My preferred one is using the glass door to my office.
Yep.
Walk by it 20 times a day, can't miss it. Right. I'm not putting up zeros. I'm putting up some scores.
Exactly. So again, do whatever the heck you got to do. Tell your spouse, have them hold you accountable. Obviously, we have lots of whiteboards all over the office. We put things on whiteboards. You can use apps. You can use Evernote. It doesn't matter what you use as long as you're using it. And the important part is doing what works for you. Like the online checklists lately haven't worked great for me. Just be digital ones. I'd like to make them work, but they don't. So I carry around pieces of paper. I carry around notepads, and that works great. And the reason it works great for me is I hate carrying around note cards. I hate carrying around pieces of paper because it drives me nuts. If I have okay, these are the 5 key things I have to finish, high-level things I have to finish today, and they're not done, it just drives me nuts. And the last thing I want to do is take this out of my pocket and put this on my dresser or whatever, with my wallet at the end of the day, and have one checked off. Or have one that's not checked off. It drives me absolutely insane. All I want to do is throw it in the trash, but I can't. I have to get it done. So whatever works for you, that's the important part.
For sure. Okay, so again about the t-shirt. Let us know what kind of tool, app, whatever it may be that keeps you on a productive path during the day or the week. Let us know what you use. We'll take a look at the comments. Our team will pick one out, and we will contact you and send you an HMB t-shirt. So please comment in the section below.
All right, guys, hopefully you found this helpful. Again, if you enjoyed watching or listening, or any way that you were able to get this content, please share. We like growing the community, and any shares, comments, likes, certainly appreciated. As always, check you guys later. Thanks again.